Um, yeah, I mean, drove down, did a great job in first possession. Obviously when I got a touchdown, it was good, and kind of slowed down. Kind of they started changing up a little bit, a couple of things, in the run game, and then pass game wise, we're just struggling out there a little bit, and is what it is. Offense struggled, and we just didn't get on top tonight, so it sucks, but we're all right.
Jalen, can you talk about starting the game at quarterback? Obviously, you've played there, here and there, a few snaps here and there, but the entire first quarter, and what that was like, and what was the game plan going in?
Yeah, it wasn't expected. Obviously, I was just trying to do my best to be ready. He came and told me, and warm us that we're gonna start out and that formation and stuff, and told him, all right, yeah, we ran the ball really well in the first couple of runs, and after that, we kind of slowed up a little bit, and then got it back again in the back half of the game. So I mean, obviously it's cool, big quarterback, but we didn't come on top, so that's all that matters. So it sucks, but props to the O-line. They did a great job. Everyone on the team did a good job, but especially in the run game, did a really good job. So I have a lot them to thank.
When you look at the second half, I mean, do you take some pride in the way you guys did fight in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, we weren't going to quit. Obviously, we could have just sat there and, we could have let them put up as many points as you can. Obviously, Trey went out there and got a big interception. We're able to score some points. So I don't think it's in anyone's DNA on this team to give up and quit and just, be done and, lose as bad as, UVA did a couple years ago. So, it sucks. And, it's 2 years in a row now that we've lost. But, obviously, we got to work. And, if we decide to come back, whoever the situation may be, we'll be ready to go.
Jordan, as you have a chance to kind of step back and digest everything, what's going to stand out to you most about this team this year?
No, not really. No, I haven't really had a chance to sit back and digest anything. I'm just embarrassed and mad as shit. I mean, I don't know. No, I haven't really digested or thought about anything. I'm pissed off.
Jordan, from a coverage or just like an approach standpoint to that first half, what did you think was kind of not working to the way that you wanted, or what were you trying to do?
They were getting a lot of stacks and bunches, kind of playing with our rules. You know what I'm saying? They were well prepared in that aspect. But at the end of the day, we as players have to adjust. That's not on coaches. That's on us, and we got to make some of those plays. They made them. We didn't. That's why they won the game.
It felt like, they had a hard time getting to the QB, which we kind of knew going in was going to be hard to get to Noah Fafita. He's not been sacked a lot. Was the pressure not getting to him, was that harder on the secondary to, get the coverage, or was that allowing for a lot of time?
I mean, if you're not getting pass rushes, it's hard for anybody to cover. But at the same time, if you're not covering, the rush is not going to get there. You know what I'm saying? They need time, too. It goes hand in hand. It's not on the D-line. We got to make plays. At the end of the day, in the secondary, we got to make plays, and we didn't. That's why we didn't win the game.
Trey, this defense has had really high highs and kind of low lows, and the consistency hasn't been what you guys have hoped for. What do you think are the main factors in that?
I got to say just execution. There's things that are put in place to where we're set to make plays, and we just got to execute the plays. Yeah, every call is not going to be like the best call for every single play. That's part of football. But at the end of the day, just executing what we know, what we should be doing. And just from that, man, that's where the ups and downs come from, just doing our 111.
And then, Jalen, I mean, with Jaden getting back in, I mean, obviously, how do you feel he settled into the game as it went on?
I mean, he did okay. I mean, obviously, it's hard to not play in 9 games and, just come in and playing the biggest rivalry game, of your life. So, props to him for, preparing all week and doing a good job. Obviously, I mean, like I said, it's hard. I mean, it'd be hard for any quarterback, especially a true freshman, to go do that, after not playing in 9 games. So, props to Jane, did a really good job. Obviously made some really good throws. Obviously, you see what he's going to be able to do in the future. He's a great quarterback. He's definitely settled in. He did a good job keeping his composure and stuff. So, yeah, props to Jaden, but, I mean, it's a hard situation. So, and he did a good job handling the adversity and do what he can.
Trey, you had an interception in the second half. Start to turn momentum a little bit. Tell me, what did you see that caused the interception to happen?
Well, we had a pressure coming for the quarterback. They had lined up in Indy. We checked to our coverage. Obviously, the lineman full slide, so both the linebackers dropped out, and we knew that he was going to stare down his receiver. So I melted fast coming back across the formation and then just made a play. I seen green, but when you 22, you kind of get old when you take a lot of hits. So, but I did see a lot of green, and I was glad that my boys was up there blocking for me.
With kind of the way that the first half goes, first half went? What was kind of the message in the locker room, especially on the defensive end, to be able to come out and finish the game and kind of slow them down at least a little bit on what they did offensively?
I think the biggest thing was just coming out with fight. In the past, we've kind of settled down or laid down, I'd say, with some of the teams that probably been up by two or more scores. So the biggest thing was to come out and fight. That's not the type of team that we are. That's not the type of character of men that we have. So we relayed the message that we're going to come out, we're going to fight no matter the score, after score, and we're going to play ball. We're going to play football. And for the seniors and for the guys that this is their last time on the field, we're going to give it all, whether it be risking limb to leg to arm. We're going to risk it all for those guys. And being one of those guys, I was willing to risk it all for my boys. So just being able to show that fight and show that we're not a team that's just going to lay down.
Chris?
Just kind of building off what you're saying there, Trey, and Jordan and Jalen, for you guys too. You're veteran players, but this is like the first year of a culture, of a new culture. So, like, how does that feel when it comes in a season of disappointment, but what you guys are trying to build for the future?
I can say for myself, I've been a part of 5 different cultures. And this is the first culture I genuinely bought into, whether it was the weight room, whether it was the playbook on defense, whether it was special teams, and just believing in what Coach echoes every day. And I love this culture. I wouldn't trade any place for where I am right now. And I love the guys that are in that room. I love the coaches. I love these players. As you can see, these players are dedicated to each other. You know what I mean? This not just – it's more than football. So for me, the culture that Coach has built is only going to get stronger and bigger. And I'm just saying, for the future, man, it's going to be something to see.
Yeah, just to piggyback off what he said. I mean, what's the saying? Like, was it Rome wasn't built in a day or something? So it's just like, it's tough. I mean, when you go back and you kind of look at, Coach Dillingham's past for a Florida State team that, struggled. When staff first got there, and then now they're ranked 5th in the country. It takes time. And a bunch of those players at the time were freshmen, and kind of right now just trying to build that up, and obviously get to where we want to be. I think everyone did a great job. Obviously, shout out to the seniors and just everybody that that's played their heart out today, and even the young guys that came out there and played for the seniors and played for all of us. Everyone did a good job, and obviously these two veterans that I play with. Obviously Trey 1 year and Jordan 3. I mean, it's been awesome, and no one quit. Everyone played hard. Obviously it sucks to lose this one, but obviously that's what the offseason's for. It gives people motivation. So yeah, but Coach Dillingham and everybody's doing a great job. There's no one that's not bought in. If you're not bought in, then they're free to leave. So. That's kind of the mentality you're going in with, but I think we did a good job.
Hey, Trey, Jake Seymour, Sun Devil Source. Dillingham has said that this senior class has to kind of build a foundation for success down the road. Just from your perspective, someone who's been around 5 different cultures, what are the necessary steps that need to continue to happen to find success in the next few years?
I'd say grit. Being around a lot of coaches and having coaches come in and out of a program, it can mess up a lot of the players' thought process and mental. So I think a lot of the grit that the guys have, that's something that Coach brought in, and that competitiveness, that's something that our team has been built on, and something that we've kept throughout this whole season. Through the ups and downs, obviously we don't like losing, but with his mindset and the aggressiveness that he has, it trickles down to us, and we got to be wanting to go out and fight and not just lay down and be willing to punch back if you get punched first. So that grit and that fight, that's something that I love with Coach Dillingham that he set with us in the spring and in the offseason.